unbelievable.
Awesome game.
Yeah.
And there are many reasons why the Bengals lost.
Yeah.
And I think, everyone feels bad. Most people feel bad. I mean, maybe there's some Bengals fans
where
out
do you
there
want to start with this?
that don't give a crap. But, Joseph Asai.
Okay.
The penalty at the end there.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I run down. I almost don't even want to start there because Joe Burrow threw 2 interceptions in this game. They had the ball with 2 minutes to go driving.
Twice. They had the ball twice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Late in the game.
Right.
So Pete says, let's not start there.
Yeah.
We'll save the Joseph Asai.
Yeah, we'll
talk
get into it. Let's go to chronological order then.
Okay, let's do that. Early on, it did look like the Chiefs playing at home, loud environment. Bengals can't block anyone.
Right.
There was a point where I was like, this game's going to be just like the game we just watched. It's going to be 30-7 because Joe Burrow has no time, and the Chiefs are making just enough plays, 4th and 1 to Kelsey with a 14-yard touchdown. Did you get that sense early on in this game? You're like, oh crap, this might be another blowout.
Well, I thought, ooh, wow, Kansas City was outplaying them early on. Yeah. Certainly had some of the momentum, right? It's 13-3. They get an interception from Joe Burrow, and you go, oh damn, they got the ball again here. Right. But the defense saved them. The defense saved them in the fact of holding the Chiefs to field goals those first 2 drives, and then there they up 13-3. Could be like what you're talking about. The dam breaks moment here, where if they go down, hey, 16-3 would be tough, but 20-3, ooh man,
and
right?
then they get an interception too, Jalen Watson.
That right, great play there. That was and we'll get into that in a second. But the young corners played well, but certainly that was a moment, where I'm going, the Chiefs got to go, and can they capitalize here? But the Bengals hung around. Defense played really well, right? Kept them in the football game. And slowly but surely they started to figure out, how to block, put a few drives together, and make some plays that way. I'm with you. I did get that sense early on, or I thought, ooh, wow, the Bengals better hold on here. This is getting dangerous. But, at the same time, there I was 2 quarters later going, damn, it seems like the Bengals are control and Kansas City's hanging on.
Yeah.
And that's the great thing about 2 good football teams like that.
All right, so where do you think this game was won? So let's just go right there.
Okay.
Where was this game won?
Well,
I mean, obviously at the end of the game.
Yeah.
But what was the key to this game throughout?
The key to the game, and this is something that we got to give credit for here. And again, it's just like you know me. I don't always want to make it about the quarterback.
Yeah.
But the quarterback, he's like one of the most special things we ever seen in the history of football. That's where it's got to start. I mean, first off, we hit on it last week. I felt like people were a little going to try and too quickly to dethrone Patrick Mahomes, right, with Joe Burrow. And I love Joe Burrow, but I'm going to be like, yeah, he didn't win a Super Bowl yet, didn't win an MVP yet, didn't win a Super Bowl MVP yet. But we're going to dethrone the guy who's done all that and kind of just been sitting at the top of the mountain. But I don't know how you can't start the game or start this conversation off not talking about him. One, just what he did early on in the football game. Some of the plays he did make, how he looked, how he gutted it out. But then I think when you get into, all the injuries across the board and the fact that they were dropping like flies. Yeah. I mean, we were sitting there late second, third quarter going, what the 2 tight ends are in the game right now? It's 3rd down, it's 2nd down and long. And I mean, who the hell is he going to throw to? Whoa, this is a good Bengals defense. No Juju, no McCole Hardman. Oh, shit, no Kadarius Toney. I mean, so that's to me where I want to start. It's just the recognition of one of the greatest players we've seen in the history of football already. And the fact that he is going to his 3rd Super Bowl in his 5th year as a starter, right? And it was his 5th AFC Championship game, and he's yet to play a game in the playoffs on the road. I just don't think we can minimize that. Or minimize, right? Yeah. That to me is where I feel like we have to start, and just his performance and everything about them revolves around him.
We got Orion Chuzzlewit
right
chiming in. All the top homies.
All the top homies are in this one
at the end of the
year.
What
up, Orion?
He goes, damn okay, the Magic Man.
Yeah.
Can we have a one-legged Mahomes as a separate entry in your 2023 quarterback rankings?
I might do that just for fun. I mean, we might as well. It became a thing.
I mean, that play he made to Marquez Valdez-Scantling, the 19-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
That's a great play with Mahomes 100%, right? If he's completely healthy.
Definitely. Both touchdown passes.
The Kelsey one, too.
Yeah, right? Like the Kelsey one, the 4th down, so the magnitude of the moment.
Yeah.
And then also, this is where, we have these conversations a lot. This is where players come in handy. Like, the Bengals knew the play that was coming. They were all over it. Kelsey was running to the corner, and they were like, no, we're standing here at the corner waiting for you.
Yeah.
So they had to just make it up backyard football-wise. And that's the first special attribute. Oh, okay. Hey, Andy Reid, great play caller, great play designer. Oh, shit. Lou Anarumo was all over this. Hey, Andy. Andy's literally going, all right, save me, Patrick. Okay, no problem. And him and Kelsey. That was phenomenal. And then to your point, the second touchdown, like, great if totally healthy, out of this world when it's your back foot and you can't push off. And like optical illusion of like literally where I had to be like, I literally to my son was like, wait, was that a touchdown? Did he catch that? Because I didn't think he was going to be able to get it in there, right? Yeah. He looks to his left, goes to a middle post down the middle, sees that the safety is moving over, has somebody in his face, and is kind of like running up and throws a route that you would tell most quarterbacks, hey, have your feet in the ground, make sure you really step into this and get your body into it, right? He's going to do it kind of on the run in an awkward position with a bad leg and like half a foot on the ground and have to throw a ball that has like mustard on it against arguably the best nickelback in football.
Yeah.
So that's where, that's where we got to start, and that's why we started there. This guy's special. And I will say this just for one more. Hey, he messed up at the end of the game. He did. Missed a wide open third down the middle, right? Had missed that one down the middle. Like, you're like, damn, Patrick Mahomes missing that. But I think his mechanics and his leg were messed up a little bit. Then he has the drop the pass,
fumble,
right?
The
right?
fumble.
And you're going, damn, Mahomes kind of shitting down his leg here a little, right? I was kind of chuckling.
I mean, that was the moment in the game where if Mahomes doesn't fumble that, like they were rolling. They were getting going.
You felt like, again, they had got the momentum, and you were like, oh, they're going to put them away right here.
I think
right?
that may be my big takeaway.
Your big moment?
Is there were a couple points in this game early on in the game when the Bengals couldn't stop anyone. And right there when they were up a touchdown, Mahomes fumbles.
Right.
Like the Chiefs did have a couple opportunities to make this game not dramatic in the final
definitely
seconds.
Early on in the football game, and then yes, right there, it had all the senses of like, oh wow, it's 20-13, they got the ball back, and here they go. And I don't know where that happened, on the 45-yard line or so, maybe, when the ball fell out of his hand.
Yeah.
But that was another huge moment of the football game. And again, you wonder even with that one, like how much does the foot hurt it? The fact that maybe you don't want to maybe put your body in some awkward position, so you're kind of just trying to do it with your hand and your arm, right? Yeah. Saw a few throws during the night that I go, oh, if Mahomes is healthy, he hits that with his eyes closed. But he's not. He was just trying to make it happen there. So, yeah, that was definitely a turning point in the football game, to where then, yes, Cincinnati goes down and score, and you're going, ooh, man, it kind of feels like they got the momentum, and it felt like Kansas City was, barely staying alive at that moment. But just two championship-type football teams right there. And I think ultimately what you saw is a team that, in a game that was close like this, that was a little bit more pissed off, chippy, personal, all of that. The Bengals have been the team that's kind of played on the, wait, we're the underdog, you, how dare you disrespect us, and all the stuff they said this week. And hey, unfortunately, your mic during a game last week, and the mayor kind of turned the proverbial underdog story and everybody's, ooh, we don't think you can do it, on the Chiefs, to where they got to be the underdog chippy team in this.
Sure.
And this is one of the reasons I picked them, because I just went, man, these dudes ain't going to lose again to Cincinnati.
So I don't want to discourage mayors in the future, or anyone for that matter, from trash talking.
No.
I love trash talk.
Sure.
It makes it way more interesting. And I feel like a lot of times the media reaction afterwards be like, you can't do that. You can't let that happen. You can't talk trash. I encourage it.
Yeah.
I encourage it because it's way more interesting that way. But clearly the Chiefs, as you mentioned, were thinking about it, because we have sound bites from Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce after the game talking about what the Cincinnati mayor said and the Bengals said. And so, Kristen, can we roll that soundbite?
Yeah, I think guys were probably the most pumped up I'd seen them going into a football game. A lot of trash talk coming from a lot of different places. I think no one picked us to win. If so, it was like 5% of people. And we think we've built up enough respect to have a chance to go out and win every game. So whenever you feel like you're the underdog, when you're playing at Arrowhead Stadium, it gets guys ready to go.
What was it in particular they said? Was it the Burrowhead stuff?
Yeah, I mean, you got Burrowhead. They beat us last time. They were talking about we got to play them. There was a lot of stuff. I mean, the mayor came at me, man. I mean, I mean, I understand he's the mayor of Cincinnati, so he has to think about something. But I mean, it's something that you just got to play the football game and then let your play do the talking.
Said enough about the Cincinnati mayor. It was Cincinnati was a better city when Jerry Springer was a mayor.
Dang.
Jerry.
So they were thinking about it, but
Yeah.
if they would have lost the game, I would have said they were thinking about it too much.
Well,
It
yeah,
got in their
distraction.
head. They were distracted.
Right.
And where 5%? Where's Patrick getting this 5%?
I don't know.
I think Andy's doing some.
I think more people
He's doing
picked-
some propaganda.
Yeah,
on their
probably.
brain.
Yeah,
He was
probably.
like, only 5% of the people are picking you. I doubt. I think it was probably more than 5%.
Yeah, it definitely was. I do think it was more Bengals picks than Chiefs picks, I'm going to say, but I didn't think it was by much.
You think he thinks 95%
Yeah,
of America
no way.
picked the Cincinnati
no,
Bengals?
I would be like it's 55% of America picked the Bengals. You know, so that's
Yeah,
where
the Chiefs were favored. It ended up being the Chiefs favored by 1, right?
And even in like I just the CBS pregame, right, watching that whole crew. I mean, I think they all. I think my dad's the only one that picked the Bengals to win.
What if Andy Reid,
So-
like Pete says in my ear, has state-run media going through the locker room in the clubhouse, just like fake analysts? You know,
Who knows where they get their
they
numbers
pay you
from?
a couple $1,000s
Who
to go on
knows
there
what
and
it is?
badmouth the Chiefs.
Yeah, who knows? So listen, again, that's the great thing about, first off, this team, they embrace this type of stuff. So it's kind of great about this rivalry. That's what we talked about last week. It got personal. It's personal between these. He brought up last year. Oh, they said when they beat us last year that it's what? They made a comment like it's not a rivalry until they beat us, right? I think they made a comment like that. So they remember. They didn't need the mayor or anybody to talk this week. That just was extra fuel in the fire.
Yeah.
And two, it's just like we talked about on Wednesday as well. This team is like, what? We've run the NFL for the last 5 years. You beat us 3 times in a row? You knew they were going to take it personal. So that's where it is great. And I love that aspect of it. And I think this is, of course, got a chance to be one of the budding great forget budding. It is the great rivalry. We got 2 guys that are, superstars. You throw Josh Allen in that conversation. But, I mean, Mahomes, Burrow, they're not going anywhere. They're going to be 2 of the top 5 quarterbacks forever. But I did not like necessarily how last week people were trying to kind of, as much as I love Joe Burrow, how they were trying to anoint him over Patrick Mahomes so easily. And I thought that was a little bit disrespectful in that department.
I want to get into that,
Yeah.
but you're right, because I think a lot of people are saying, oh, this Bengals Chiefs, I would sign up for this every year. We were just doing that last year for the Bills.
Chiefs.
What happened?
You said that earlier. You're
What
right.
happened?
Well, that's where we
That's
are.
old news?
Well, it's what we are as fans now. I know. And
Yeah.
hopefully they're in the mix to where it's a great 3-way. I mean,
next
for my
year,
money.
next year it'll be like, oh, I could sign up for Chiefs Jaguars every single year. Trevor versus Pat.
Yeah, seriously, screw Burrow. We're on to Trevor now. But no, I think both of these teams, of course, and the Bengals, they're not going anywhere. They got too many good football players across
One
the
more
board.
on Mahomes here. Big Spank 803.
Yeah.
Big Spank is back.
Right. What up, Big Spank?
He goes, Big Spank here again. I feel you need to say that Mahomes is the best player in the sport on the pod. You've disrespected him enough this year. I value your analysis above all else. Pete, make it happen, buddy. So Pete talked with him, was like, what do you mean disrespect him? He's going back to the top 40 quarterback rankings where he had the gall to put Patrick Mahomes number 2 going into the year.
Right. And listen, I've made it very clear. In totality, Mahomes is 1. Did I think Mahomes, did he play as well as Josh Allen did last year? No. Come on. Big Spank, respect me for being fair. And also, you need to be fair, too, and listen to the podcast, because I've been given steady love and saying Mahomes is the best player in the NFL for how long now, Ahmed? I mean, I made it clear that he was the MVP, like in week 10, 11? Yeah. I mean, he outplayed them.
Yeah.
And in totality, of course. Again, we're talking about like Hall of Famer of Hall of Famers.
Just because you love someone else doesn't mean you don't love Patrick Mahomes.
Oh my gosh, I'm a whore. I really am. I'm a full-fledged big love whore. I'm like that's what I am. What's that religion called? When they have more than one wife? What is that?
I'm not talking.
I got 3 of them. It's Burrow, Mahomes, and Josh Allen. All right, and yes, I like them all. I have great love, but yes,
Pete, we got the soundbite for next pod right there.
Big love.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just Big Spank. I hear you, and trust me, Mahomes is the man. Thanks for watching, homies. Hit subscribe to see all my unbuttoned videos. You get to see me, Ahmed Fareed, all the big player breakdowns, game breakdowns, player interviews, and my film analysis. So please subscribe. Chris Simms Unbuttoned. Peace out.